What do we need today, my loves? My mom says neck and head, shoulders. Head, shoulders, neck and traps, neck and traps. Cool. Anything else? Any ways of being or feelings that we want to cultivate today? Or just open? Open. Oh, Rachel Joy says open with love and essence. Okay, awesome. All the things. Let's get cozy. Como siempre, as always, the first part is noticing how you be within your body and choosing what is right for you this morning, which might be similar to your other sits or lay downs, but it also might be different today. So, possibility of adding a little bit of gentle movement, rocking, circling, swaying, just to notice into the bones and muscles. Noticing any little parts that might be able to soften, like the jaw and the shoulders. And no rush. As you're ready, let's go ahead and find our way into a place of relative stillness. And if your body is craving any additional support, be that a change of positions, adding a blanket or a bathrobe, petting a dog or a cat. And we're going to start before a quieter sit with doing a little variation that I've been doing for myself in the mornings. It's a little play on tapping and self massage. And I encourage you when you first wake up in the morning to touch yourself in any way that feels good. If this pattern doesn't quite work for you, it's really and truly not a right or wrong. Yeah. So we're going to start with tapping the outer palm right on that pinky edge, just bringing some awareness there. And then switching to the opposite side, same thing, gentle taps. And then taking those fingertips that are charged up and starting to come to the head and tracing all the way up to the crown of the head with all aspects of the scalp. But starting at the base and going up to that very center spot and really feeling into that sensation of touch. And then we'll gently brush with the back of the thumbs on the foreheads towards the temples, clearing any thoughts that aren't serving, clearing any residue of sleep, clearing any holding on of future happenings. And then a personal preference of either a light hold to the third eye or possibly a tap. And my body sometimes likes one and sometimes it likes the other. So I really encourage you to see which one is better for you this morning. And then with both hands, similarly, a gentle hold or a little tap to the temples. And then a gentle little pull down of the jaw. And taking one hand and gently tapping under the nose above the lip, really softly. And then dropping under the lips, right above the chin. Allowing the opposite hand to slide down that sternocleidomastoid. And then taking those fingertips and taking little gentle taps all around the heart space, the collarbones, maybe the sternum. And then landing one palm, taking some circles at the start of the lung channel to encourage our breath, as well as a little support with any transitions or feelings of change, loss, grief. And go ahead and come all the way down out to the thumb. And second side, as you're ready, big circles around that shoulder chest connection area. And then brushing all the way down and out to the thumb once again. And then stacking hands over heart, getting a little taller through the spine if you're seated. Relaxing shoulders, pressing palms more fully, and feeling one of my favorite places, which is not the ocean, which it is, but in this moment, and it's always with you. The ocean's not always with you, but this space is the connection between the heartbeat, the breath, and your aliveness this morning. And we'll spend a few minutes just breathing here. An invitation to keep dropping in to this moment. This breath. This heartbeat. And if your thoughts wander off, welcome to being. Welcome to being a human being. Simply call yourself back to this very special space, this breath, this heartbeat, this moment. An invitation to keep arriving as you take 3 more breaths, the biggest of your week so far. And then we'll take our hands into palms pressed and namaste. Thumbs can rest against the sternum. And taking a moment here just to get clear about what would you like to cultivate more of today? Perhaps it's peace or calm or balance, maybe connection, energy, joy, content, or maybe something different. But take a moment just to get clear about what do you want to cultivate more of? And then keeping the outer fingers of the thumbs and the pinkies together, go ahead and open your three middle fingers in Lotus Mudra and delicately hold that word right in the center. And then seal once again all of your fingers. Take one more big breath here. And we'll go ahead and release. Give the wrists some rolls, blink the eyes open down. We'll find our way back to each other. If you're crisscross, give your legs a little shimmy. And throughout our practice with movement, see if you can keep coming back to cultivating that. And then, of course, our mission today will be, can I align my decisions and my choices with feeling that more of this, right? Right? Yes. So let's get cozy once again. And we'll do a little shout out to head, face, neck, traps, shoulders. I think we got them all. Yeah. So let's start with rubbing those hands together again. And you're welcome to move to a chair if you're on the ground or the floor if you've been on a chair, whatever feels good to you. And let's go straight to the two sides of our brain. Spread your fingers wide, drop your shoulders down, and just feeling into this amazing skull that protects your floating brain. Yesterday, we did our body scan of gratitude, and that brain that is responsible for literally every single thing you do, from walking to talking to processing life to regulating your heartbeat. It literally does it all. Yeah, so shout out to this amazing brain. And then taking one hand cupped around the forehead and the other back behind the base of the skull, drop those shoulders down if they crept up. And a little shout out to the back hand, which is the place that has a lot of reaction energy. And we want that. Yeah, we want the brain. If we were to step out on the street and a car is coming, we want to have that reaction of backing up as fast as we can, right? And just a little reminder that sometimes this reaction brain will overreact to things. And then connecting to the front hand, which is the responding part of our brain. And when that reaction part is overworking, we can say, hey, let's take a breath and come to this responding part. And in our case today, can we reconnect with how is it that I want to feel? And can I choose the action that's going to help me with feeling that way, right? And sometimes it can be that simple. One more big breath. Sometimes we make life real complicated, huh? Let's come back to center and allow the jaw to have more pull downs. And let's actually use the heel of the hand for a more deliberate, right back there on that major masseter. Maybe the mouth wants to do some little opens and closes. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and take a little inward press, relax the fingertips and a pull downward, just a light little pull. Relax the shoulders again. And see if the spine can just ever so lightly lengthen towards the sky, just a little bit. Good. One more big breath there. And then we'll go ahead and take the finger pads. Let's just give ourselves a little aloha to the sinuses. So right where the nostrils are on the side there, just a little press inward and upward. It's real cute. Real cute. And I'm just gonna land the superstars chart in the chat box there. Ah, good. And then walking right under the cheekbones and just light little presses. Nice. Some little pull downs all the way to the chin. Nice. And we'll go down. Let's just pick one side for the sternocleidomastoid. Just take a few downward strokes. And then with this one hand, maybe travel back a little bit and just notice, where is that muscle trying to kind of push you out a little bit? And most likely, if you go to this higher up neck area where most of us kind of, bow our head forward a lot, I know, but just feeling. And then as you go down, notice that the texture of that muscle might change a little bit. And not rushing you, but when you're ready, just swap to your second side. And just a curiosity over, do the sides feel similar, or perhaps the dominant side is holding a little bit more of that kind of jitsu energy where it almost wants to push you out? Yeah. So just noticing from a place of discernment, no judgment needed. And seeing if, as you do this, there's the possibility of maybe some softening. Even if it's just like 3% softer, right? Doesn't have to go from being hell of tense to 100% relaxed, right? Just 3%. How about that? And then if you're crisscross, just check in with your position. Maybe swap your legs or give yourself a little shimmy break. And then we'll find ourselves up to the back and we're going to do some little circles in, out, and around. Then we'll pin the muscle and add some yeses. So start up top, little teeny little baby circles, almost like you're going around like a little dime, really small, little in, out, and around. And then pin the muscle and add your yeses. Nice. And we'll just slowly work our way on down. So move it down a little bit, make some little in, out, and around circles. And then some little yeses again, right? And again, moving down, a little in, out, and around. A little pin. And depending on where you're at, how much you are moving, as well as how long your neck is. You might have another one or two to go. You might be at the base of the neck. So take your time if you needed that little extra. And then we'll go into our notorious upper trap squeezes. And after you kind of tenderize, so to speak, this big one, you might consider doing a pretty firm squeeze and hold. Not so much that you're grimacing. If you're grimacing, it's a little too much, yeah. But just that like, ooh, and then release. And when we do that tighter squeeze, there is a kind of a slowing down of how the blood can flow. And then in contrast, when you release a tight squeeze, the blood goes, wah, yeah. So it can create a nice little, let's let go of some of that extra tension-ish, which this area oftentimes has a little extra, right? And a reminder of one of my favorite quotes, and then you can brush down that arm when you're feeling ready, of the mountains you have been carrying right here, you were only meant to climb, right? So life is meant to be, you have to have effort, right? To live requires effort, but how much do we take on extra and put right here as opposed to just walking up the hill? So permission just to hold that quote softly and maybe notice today how that fits in with the choices that you make. And I'm going to guess that sometimes when we make choices where we're like taking on the extra load, that it's actually probably in contrast with the way that we want to feel. That's my theory. Let's test that today and see if that's true. Yeah. And then maybe a deeper squeeze and hold before you find that let go and release, right? And a big breath. Good. And again, no rush, but when you're ready, just brush it on down and out. Ah, yeah. Good. Let's go ahead and swap our crisscross if you're seated. Take your hands back for that interlace of fingers, a big roll back and down, and then pull the hands straight down to the ground. Notice that lengthening of the posture and the openness of the heart that happens because of that. And then inhale, gaze up, maybe with the mouth lightly opening, and then exhale, chin towards chest. Good. Inhale up and exhale, chin towards chest. Good. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale up. Exhale, chin towards chest. And one more. Inhale, gazing up. And exhale, chin towards chest. And then meeting back in center, reassert that little squeeze of the shoulder blades and then lift the arms back behind you as feels good. And then squeeze those shoulder blades ever so lightly again. Good. And then maybe a little look to the side and center really smooth and easeful. A little gaze to the side and center. A little gaze to the side and center. And one more little gaze to the side and center. And then one more little squeeze, maybe a lift a little teeny bit higher. Oh, yes. And then go ahead and release. Good. Give yourself some shoulder rolls, crisscross friends. Go ahead and maybe swap one more time. If you're in a chair, take your hands to your lap as we open up through the shoulders, the armpits, the traps. And then it maybe your reaches all the way across. Oh, glorious. And then perhaps a little circle around with a presentation of hello world. Yes, it's me practicing cultivating more of the way I want to feel, practicing letting go of carrying the extra ish. Yeah. And P.S., it is an ongoing practice, friends. Yeah. It's not a, I did that and then I'm good forevermore, right? It's a daily practice of releasing and cultivating, just like your breath in and out. It is a constant practice. Whee! Good. Take one more playful little around town in both directions. Good. Give your wrists a few little rolls. And if you happen to be on a chair, you can take your hands to the desk in front of you. If you are on the floor, let's go ahead and transition you into a puppy pose. Hands can either be bending at the elbow for the I Dream of Jeannie, forearms stacked, and then resting the forehead. If you want to do that bigger one of extending the arms, awesome, go for it. And any of those variations, melt the heart down. Double check that the abs are very lightly engaged. We want to avoid swaying the low back, so abs engaged very lightly. And then pull those hips back to lengthen through the whole spine. And go ahead and take another big full breath here, just like, oh, yes. Check in with that jaw. And then if you happen to be on the floor, you might opt for a plank to down dog with a very similar focus on melting the heart down and pulling the hips back. And if you're in a chair or the shoulders don't want to bear weight this morning, it is all good. You are welcome to come up in any way that feels good to your body. Ah, yes. Beautiful. And just giving yourself a few little shoulder rolls as you come up and then take it into a little light twist. The knees can remain as is if the feet are planted, just be mindful of them, or take that bigger little twist around. And then whichever version the feet are doing, that front arm is going to gently come and tap the pectoralis area. Sounds so official, doesn't it? Nice. Go ahead and take one more side to side. Finding your way back to center, give everything a little bounce and shake. Maybe make some noise. Everyone's muted, so you can be as loud as your home or office allows. Just Good. And then find that breath. Inhale up. Exhale like you're fogging a mirror. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Yes. And exhale. Sun salutation, softer to the sides, either passing hands through heart center or flying to the side, personal preference. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Give your head a little shake. Look at that belly button and slowly, gently melt that. And as you come up, once again, give yourself some shoulder rolls and take an arm back. If you have a wall handy, place your palm there for a little turn away to open the shoulder, chest, heart, bicep, forearm, back, upper back, and then look in the direction away from that arm. Soften, hey, soften the face, get a little taller. And then maybe that opposite hand that's just dangling can give a little rub right there. And a reminder that all of the stuff that we come in talking about, the traps and the neck, um, that those things are overstretching, and the opposite, those pecs are actually understretching. So this is a nice little reminder of staying nice and open today. Good. One more big breath and then shake it on out. And then second side straight on back, taking the torso away. And then the dangling arm once again can give a little gentle rub. And when this part of our body opens, the upper back area naturally gets to relax. Yeah, so it's a 2-for-1 special. It's a double whammy situation. Yeah. As you're feeling balanced, go ahead and come back to that. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Nice. And then find that bigger breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Bigger exhale. And one more inhale. Good. And exhale, floating to the sides. Inhale, reach for the sky, passing through heart center or flying to the side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Once again, a little shake of the head, yes and no. Shoulders heavy, arms heavy, head heavy. One vertebrae at a time. No rush. As you come up, give your shoulders a few little rolls, and then go ahead and take those hands once again back behind you. Swap the grasp of the fingers, pulling straight down. Good, lifting up. And then take the heart towards the sky at a slight diagonal, just a little bit. Good, back to center and opposite. It's almost like you're like a little sunflower turning towards the sun on this one. Yeah, back to center. Pull one shoulder lightly back. Good, back to center, and one more time, a little light pull back. And then back to center, lift up just a little bit. And a second round, inhale, gaze up, mouth opens. Feel that stretch on the front of the throat, and then exhale, chin towards chest. Good, inhale, gaze up, mouth opens. Exhale, chin towards chest. And one more, inhale up, and exhale down. Good, release. And last time, find that little shake and bounce. Feel free to make some noise. Yes. And once again, find that breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more inhale and exhale. This time, go ahead and take those arms up, but take the palms together. Land them right in front of your heart. Keep your gaze to the sky, even if your eyes are closed. Lift that heart. Keep all of your fingers pressed for just a moment to feel that equal but opposite. And then Lotus Mudra once again, keeping the pinkies and the thumbs connected. Open the 3 middle fingers. Reconnect with how you want to focus, what you want to cultivate today. And then once again, seal your fingers, and a reminder that as you make your decisions today, ask yourself, does this choice get me to this feeling in the short, medium, and or long term? And today, see if it can be that simple. Yeah. Take one more big breath here. And as always, sending you off with so much love and gratitude. Namaste.